Man, that's the same as Mr. PC. It even has the two. Yeah, that's exactly the same as Mr. P. I mean, Mr. PC. Play C minor up on the, like Mr. PC, up on the 8th fret. Cool. And then go to F minor on the 8th fret. Good. And we'll skip the C minor, which comes next to Mr. PC, right? Next we have A flat 7. So go ahead and do the same shape you're doing for F minor, except put your pinky on the A flat. So it'll be right there on the 11th fret. Yeah, okay. G7 next. So put your ring finger on the root. That'd be the 10th fret of the A string. There we go. Okay, and now let's make this a make it a G7 sharp 5. And how I'm going to do that, or actually I'll get rid of the 7. Let's do G augmented chord. I'll pick up the pinky and move it to, instead, I'll just pick it up and have my index finger on the 8th fret of the G string. 10, 9, 8, 8. Yeah, it's like a major triad with a sharp 5. That's the augmented. All right, so what we have here is we have an alteration. Like, because that's a functioning 5 chord, G7 to C minor 7, we can do altered there. So that's how we got the sharp 5. But if you notice, if you were to put your pinky and make this a G sus, right? So I put my pinky on the 10th fret, like that. Like a G sus with a sharp 5, but that's not really what it is, because that'd be so convoluted. It becomes a C minor, right? So when we have that, if we take the root of the C and move it down one to a major 7, we have a G augmented chord. Do you see how your C minor major 7 is implicitly a G augmented chord? If we look at this in context of the song you're talking about, very similar. Let's do G minor down here on the 3rd fret. And then to C minor. And then E flat major. There you go. Okay, and then next you said it goes to G minor. So do G minor just by putting your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string and your pinky on the 6th fret. Sorry, 5th fret, my bad. You know, it's just that minor triad, G minor. All right, and then you said the song goes to G minor major 7, which would be that bring your root down. Yeah, which is the D augmented. And then after that, the song goes back to G minor, obviously, right? So that's really, you got this, the G minor major 7 back to G minor is just that, or you can look at it as being a 5 augmented to 1 when you go back to the G minor. All right? So the progression, in a way, I mean, you might think the progression is G minor, where you play G minor. Then to C minor. And then it goes to the E flat, right, where you would be playing E flat major triad stuff. And then you go back to, you were thinking before, G minor, so you'd play G minor. And then it goes to G minor major 7. It's like, well, harmonic minor would be the one. And the reason is because, I mean, if you're coming from an E flat chord, the E flat is in the harmonic minor scale. Anyway, it gets a little bit convoluted like that, but it's still okay. However, what you could do is you could look at it as being a E flat dominant chord down to a D dominant chord. All right. So then your soloing would be like this. You got G minor, and you could play G minor pentatonic stuff. And then you got C minor. So naturally you switch to C minor. And then it goes to E flat. Now you could stay in C minor. G minor. You know, maybe some bluesy. Maybe you could do G melodic minor if you want.